Oh, it's me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And as you all can see, there's something different going to happen today. I'm so excited, I can't stop sweating. All right, so act like you don't see that, and we will continue. Welcome to All Faiths Unitarian Congregation. And my name is Alberita Johnson. You can call me Albie. And around here, people call me the minister. It is my great pleasure to be leading our service today as we have summer fun in store for you. That is the theme of this month, and we had so much serious things going on earlier during the month. But we said we're going to get this fun in. Today we have a fun service planned for all of you. So, a little bit more about All Faiths. Here you will find a diverse and inclusive spiritual community where we welcome people with many beliefs. If you are visiting with us, we are so glad that you're here with us today. And if you would like to know more about All Faiths, please see one of our greeters after service, or you can see them right behind the folding doors there in the corner on my left. Or you may visit us at our website, allfaithsuu.org. Now, we do have a few announcements, and I'm going to encourage you to please take a look, at your papers because I cannot find them. I'm supposed to say something important. It's gone. If it comes back, I'll let you know. This morning.
The school start?
Yeah. Oh, thank you
so
much. Thank you so much. Okay, so school is going to be starting soon. And we have collections that are made for that. We also have, wait a minute, it'll come to me. Operation Joy. And that's important. And we're also going to be giving to Quality Life Center next month. And all of this is to help our young people to do better in school. So school is starting in August, so we need families, we need ourselves and others to help us out. Operation Joy is going to be focusing on the new school year also, so your donations will go there. Also, on Tuesday at 6:30, we will continue with Frank Stevens leading our Course in Miracle discussion group. It is very interesting. I'll encourage you, if you have never, ever read about it, learned anything about it, go check it out. I think you'll like it. So a little bit more about today. This service is not a typical worship service, as you can see. And during the summer, we like to keep things light and fun. So our Summer Fun program today is an interactive service based on the story A Little Jar Labeled Freedom. It is by Cynthia B. Johnson. In this story, we witness one story of our planet's birth, in which humans are given the precious gift of freedom. While exploring questions such as, when is our freedom to choose one thing instead of the other frightening? When does it feel especially exciting and ripe with promise? How do we use our freedom wisely? Well, this interactive service, I encourage you to remember, because it is a multi-generational service or congregational service, that means you are also, all of you, get to participate. And you will know what to say and when to say it, because we will signal you. You will not have to figure it out. So, Carlos?
Greetings, I'm Carlos Garcia, your Director of Music. Today we will begin our presentation, but I invite everyone at this time to please rise in body and or spirit as we sing our gathering song, number 361 in your music list, and to rejoice and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
As long as we've been on our planet Earth, human beings have asked important questions. Some of them are easy to answer, like, why do birds fly south in the winter? And we all know the answer, because it's just too far to walk. Other questions aren't so easy to answer at all. The world's religions have tried to answer those questions, each in its own way, usually by telling stories to explain where we come from, who we are, and where we are going. We are about to tell you one of those stories.
My God. Wow.
That wasn't a story. That was a no.
Checking you're awake, you're awake.
Yeah.
Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going?
Mystery. Mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery.
Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going?
Mystery. Mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery.
Where do we come from? Where do we come from?
Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery, 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 life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going?
We're about to travel to the workshop of a creator and hear a story about how we came to be, how we human beings got the ability to make choices and accept the consequences of those choices. You should know that in this service, you'll be asked not to just watch and listen, but also to contribute your thoughts and feelings to our story. Please be ready to jump in, to share, and to immerse yourself fully in worship. Let us open the door to our story by lighting the chalice. As Giovanni lights the chalice, please repeat the words that are in your order of service. With the kindling of the flame, we honor the mysteries and riddles that prompt us to ask questions. We gave thanks to this community in which we can seek their answers, and we open our hearts and our minds to our great and many freedoms. We proclaim with love on our side. Our bodies are sacred, our minds are blessed, our spirits are beloved. May we be open to receive more love, always more love.
Once upon a time, long, long ago, there was a creator who had a hobby of making planets. The creator took pride in making each one different. One day, she looked at a gap in the solar system and pondered it. I think I'll make a planet to go over here. Yes, let me think. Now, how will I make this one? Well, she sat and looked out into the vast reaches of swirling matter and thought long and hard about creating another new planet. She had a very large workshop in which she had rows and shelves with little jars and envelopes of things. To begin, she took a large glass jar down from the shelf and started adding ingredients to her planet. A touch of this, a pinch of that. And she begins to pour in lots of liquid from the jar of oceans of seas. And from the jar marked clear lakes, she slowly poured in more liquid, topping it off with a drop from a jar labeled waterfalls.
What are some of your favorite lakes and seas?
Greenwood
Some of your
Lake.
favorite lakes and seas.
Swan
What would you
River.
like to go into our planet?
Aegean
Swanee River.
Sea, the Indian,
Mediterranean.
the Mediterranean,
The Gulf of Mexico.
Riviera.
Mexico.
The Caloosahatchee River.
Hudson.
All right.
All right. The Creator smiled and then added mountains, forests, and jungles to her new planet.
Which mountains and forests are you grateful to have on our planet?
Smoky Mountains. She flings in leaves and twigs.
Anything else?
Alps. Bear Mountain.
Right.
Black Mountain. The Smoky Mountains. Mount Kilimanjaro. The Rockies.
They're all
in there. Then she adds a dash of furry and feathered animals.
Aren't we fortunate to have monkeys on the planet? Aren't we fortunate to have giraffes on our planet? Aren't we fortunate to have puppy dogs on our planet? Aren't we fortunate to have teddy bears on our planet? And the birds and the bees.
Okay. Then she decided to shake in a sample from among her boxes labeled human beings. Ooh, human beings.
Human beings? That's us. But I don't know how we're all going to fit into there. Before we hear the story of how human beings were put into the Creator's world, please rise in body or spirit as we sing Dear Weaver of Our Lives' Design.
Dear weaver of our lives' design, whose patterns all obey, with skillful fingers gently guide the sturdy threads that will survive the tangle of our days. Take up the fabric of our lives with hands that gently hold, bind in the ragged edge that care would sunder and that pain would tear and mend our raving souls. Let eyes that in the plainest cloth a hidden beauty see, discern in us our richest hues, show us the patterns we may use to set our spirits free.
The Creator decided to shake in a sample among her boxes labeled human beings. See, she combined people of all sizes and shapes. Turn it around, Regina. With many colors of skin and hair, and many different kinds of noses and interests and skills. All of it was so beautiful because each one was different. Over all the people, she sprinkled some powder called change, so that people would change interests and skills. She sprinkled responsibility, so that people would care for the earth and each other.
That will make this new planet interesting. I'm glad I thought of this. I'm glad I thought of doing this.
She looked in the section of her closet called Emotions and Senses, and she wondered whether she would add a little or a lot. She started with love, and then she closed her eyes and reached in and took a handful of sadness, courage, loneliness, happiness, memory, and hope. She shook out smell, touch, taste, sight, and hearing. There was so much beauty for our human beings to see, hear, and touch, but the smells and tastes were especially special. And the people loved some of the tastes and smells more than others. Yes, they did. Those senses meant a lot. Taste. Smells. Chocolate. Ooh, I think that was from one of the trees or something.
Hold the wrappers, hold the wrappers.
Taste and smell.
One of the great gifts of being human is that we are invited to be co-creators as we nurture the earth and its many gifts. We are invited to care for the mountains, for the rivers, and the fields. We are trusted to care for the creatures, fur, feathers, and fins that inhabit the earth along with us. We are called to care for each other as human beings. One way that we continually weave new creation as life continues to unfold around us is to create and sustain institutions that serve us. We help to build schools for people to learn. We help to build hospitals where people can go for healing. We build Unitarian Universalist congregations through our General Assembly giving. Our giving of resources to this congregation is one way that we act as stewards of this institution and as co-creators of this community. As we have gathered together this morning, we can also contribute by an offering. I invite you to experience the giving of your money, as sweet as the chocolates that you just got. Oh. Make your offering sweet. We invite our visitors to place their completed visitor cards in the offertory baskets along with their offering. And if you are with us live streaming, watching us right now, you can also participate by mailing a check to us or visit our website, allfaithsuu.org. Our offering will now be taken and gratefully received.
What a wonderful world. Sing along. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow are pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, do you do? They're really saying, I love you. Sing it. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow, brighter more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
There was one more ingredient the Creator wanted to add. She moved jars around, looking for one special jar she remembered that she had, but had never used before. She carefully lifted down a jar labeled Freedom. This time, she read the label carefully because she wanted to make sure exactly what was in the jar.
This compound contains choice. To choose one thing instead of another. Use cautiously, because the choices made will make you have consequences.
Indeed it does.
Yup, it sure does.
This will make it very interesting. I wonder what freedom will do for these new beings.
She held open the jar in her hands, slowly turning it as she looked down into it. A soft chuckle rumbled out of her mouth into the jar. A tear trickled down her cheek and into the jar also. She leaned over and blew her warm breath, then poured the freedom into the mix. And then she put the cover back on, put the jar away, and her new planet was ready to be sent into the star-speckled darkness. Her new planet landed just where she intended, about 93 million miles away from her favorite sun. The Creator watched her planet spin into its new home and waited to see what would happen. As we watch this new planet spin in place, let us remain seated and sing together for the earth forever turning.
For the earth forever turning, for the skies, for every sea, for our lives, for all we cherish, sing we our joyful song of peace. For the mountains, hills, and pastures in their silent majesty, for the stars, for all the heavens, sing we our joyful song of peace. For the sun, for rain and thunder, for the seasons' harmony, for our lives, for all creation, sing we our joyful praise of thee. For the world we raise our voices, for the home that gives us birth. In our joy we sing, returning home to our blue-green hills of peace.
As we move from our story into a guided meditation, you are invited to wonder why the Creator cried a tear into the earth when she added freedom. You are also welcome to follow your own practice of meditation or prayer. Let's spend a few moments in this quiet place, remembering the beauty of our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. After some silence, I will speak some words for guided meditation. Our freedom to choose one thing or another with consequences can feel ripe with possibility. Think of a time when you felt freedom as a blessing and felt excited about all of the wonderful outcomes that could blossom from that freedom. Allow yourself to remember what it felt like to make a decision with certainty, with confidence. Feel in your heart that sense of happiness and the promise of growing a bud into a beautiful flower that came just from your choosing to do something. Remember your wisdom, your power, Sometimes our freedom to make a choice feels frightening, as if we didn't trust ourselves or were stuck in a situation with no good outcome. Think of a time when freedom felt frightening to you, as if the consequences weren't welcome and you wanted someone else to make a decision for you. Remember, in your time of frightening freedom, the people who helped you feel strong and safe, even if it was yourself. Remember those who helped you make that decision, who supported you. Hold in gratitude all of the people who loved you, even if your freedom led you to choose something that had painful consequences. Look back with your older, wiser eyes and understand how freedom has been a teacher. Part of your becoming was guided by having freedom. Whether your decisions had happy consequences or whether freedom has gotten you in trouble, open your heart to understand that freedom has helped you grow and learn. Finally, consequences where in your life today consider where in your life today you see the people you love struggling with decisions with freedom. Notice who may be frightened by their freedom. In these last moments of meditation, create an intention to help someone find the gift, the promises in their freedom. Create an intention to show someone close to you that no one needs to confront freedom alone. Each of us can comfort and be a voice of wisdom. When you are ready, feel your breath moving in your body. Feel the chair, the floor, the earth holding you. Feel the warmth of the person next to you and the community filling this room. Look around and remember what a gift we are to each other. Know that this community will help you celebrate your many freedoms. Know that when freedom seems frightening, this community will journey with you towards the unknown. May it be so.
My way to the freedom land. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way. I ask my sister, come and go with me. I ask my sister, come and go with me. I ask my sister, come and go with me. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way. I ask my brother, come and go with me. I ask my brother, come and go with me. I ask my brother, come and go with me. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way. If they say no, I'll go anyhow. If they say no, I'll go anyhow. If they say no, I'll go anyhow. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way.
On my way to Freedom Land. Well, let me find where we have to be. This is a much bigger production than we realized. And the fan, I feel better now. I feel better now. I will now turn it off. I was melting up here. I don't know what was going on, but I was melting. I'm back now. I'm back. All is well. Clothes are fitting properly. Okay. Well, I hope you have been enjoying the Creators Workshop. I know I did. And I noticed when Regina was sharing the meditation that it implied some sort of fear associated with freedom, which seems kind of odd. Why are you afraid of fear? What exactly is going on? So I pondered, and I wrote a few words because we don't want to take up too much time. So lately, we as a congregation, we have been discussing fear of others, meaning of the people, of the cultures, of the customs, fear of something new, fear of something changing. Even today, some people are probably in a huff right now because it's something different. But get over yourself, get over, you'll be fine. With thoughts and questions like this: how will something new impact me? I'm kind of fearful of that thing, whatever it might be. Suppose it's not like me. Suppose it's different. Suppose it's something I'm not accustomed to. You know what I believe is the way. It's the only way. Yes, my friends, we live in a time and a place that can be fearful, but fear is not healthy, only if you're saving yourself. You see, when we fear, we tend to do our best to protect what it is that we fear that we might actually be losing or may lose. Not fear of death, which is a whole nother message, but more like fear that something's going to change, someone is going to be different, a new person, a new culture, a new custom, a new tradition. How dare them? So how do you cover it up? You get scared. Well, imagine living like that. I know the Creator, when she poured in freedom, that was not the intent. Imagine what it must feel like, the toll that it takes on the body. Imagine the toll it takes on the mind, the psyche. Oh, the pressure of it all. What might one do about it? Well, it appears from what is happening in our country, fear is rampant. And I believe we may actually be at a tipping point. Will the waters of fear spill over? I think it might be happening. Although we know the only way to get past fear is to embrace life, to love, and to keep moving courageously forward. Oh, we can turn away. It's all right to turn away and try again until we are genuinely ready to face it once again. And why? Well, because there will be more and more things and people changing all the time. Processing and progressing is happening whether we like it or not. Some who do not like it will try to have power over change and blame others for their fear of it. They're confusing freedom and fear. As in, my freedom is at risk because you might be free. What? Let me say that again. Confusing freedom with fear. My freedom is at risk because you might have freedom. Strange, but that is a thought pattern happening frequently. It's fear. It is then, my friends, we must rise and proclaim that living in fear is not freedom at all. That no matter how many guns you may own, it still has not stilled your fears. That no matter how much money you have, has not removed your fears. That no matter how far you move from others, it still has not stopped your fear. Running away is not freedom. Although you have freedom to own your guns, purchase what you wish, live where you choose, the fears still remain because it's a root. To let go of fear is freedom, but to rid oneself of the root takes courage. You have to change. Ooh, I have to change. No, I'm perfect. No, you're not. Perhaps we might try another route to comfort our human siblings who have not found the courage yet and continue to live without freedom from fear, covering their fears with politics of fear. We see it now. Although wealthy and privileged, they have not found the courage enough to look in the mirror and face fear. Won't you join me this morning and perceive fear and freedom in a different light with more empathy? Maybe we can help. Maybe we can do as we shared a couple of weeks ago, shake a hand, make a friend. Remember that old Gladys Knight song? Human connections are the medicine to fear. The Christian Bible teaches to love your neighbor as yourself, to do unto others as you would have others do to you. Yes, you can do it. Yes, we can do it. Let us live fully into our core to keep love at the center, and together we can create a better and beautiful world. I close with this short message. Find it. This is part of the play. Okay. This short message by Deng Ming, and he wrote 365 Days of Tao. And this is from the 206th day of the year, and it's labeled Scorn. Why do you scorn others? Can it be that you are that proud? No matter how accomplished you are, these are people ahead of you and behind you. There are people ahead and behind, all being on the path, all victims of similar experience, similar existence, all with body, mind, and spirit. No one is better than the next person. Help others for all the times that you've been ignored. Be kind to others for all the times that you have been scorned. The journey of humanity is the journey from ignorance to enlightenment. It is like an endless march of souls through eternity. If you are standing in an infinitely long line of souls, how can you say that your position is superior to others when there's no head and no end to the line? It doesn't matter what place you hold. Therefore, it is foolish to look down on those standing behind. They now occupy the place where you once stood. Instead of pride, you should feel compassion. If you cannot remember this, then just think of all the people who are ahead of you. You aspire to be in their place, and you should work diligently. There is injustice in this world, yes, but there is no need to add to it. When you see someone less fortunate than you, express compassion. When you see someone more advanced than you, try to learn from them. Any other feelings are superfluous. Toss them out. Yes, you can do it. Let us live fully into our core to keep love at the center. And together, as I said, we can create a better and more beautiful world. May it be so. Amen and Ashe.
The reprise. I'm on my way, and I won't turn back. I'm on my way, and I won't turn back. I'm on my way, and I won't turn back. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way.
Our closing words for today. We have made it through the play. That was not planned. I made a rhyme. Okay. As we enter this world that we call home, we are re-entering because we've been in playland. May our eyes be open to the beauty around us and the beauty inside of each person. May we remember the gift of freedom and all of its frightening privilege, and may we use our freedom to make bold, confident choices to deepen love and justice in the world.
We hope you enjoyed our Unitarian, what is it, communion? This little light of mine. Please stand as we sing our closing song. This little light of mine.
Yeah.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna take this light around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Take this light around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna take this light around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, I won't let anyone blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I won't let anyone blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I won't let anyone blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Gonna let it, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, we got through it. Mother Nature threw us a little hurricane in there that we didn't plan for. Right in the middle of meditation. Anyway, well, thank you all for your patience and your expansive minds that you brought to service today. We'd like to thank Alberita for her inspirational and inspiring words, Carlos for his gift of music, all of our actors. Michelle Geema is the creator. Giovanni Giotto is the universe. Of course, I'm the questioner. And we'd also like to thank Sharon Gray for keeping track of us on the camera, and Brad on sound, and Sharon Heinrich, who was our set director and helped put all of this together. And for everyone else who helped make today's service possible, thank you very much. And now, if you would just mind sticking around for a few minutes, remain in your seats, and we'll have Frank Geltner come up and give us a short life of the congregation. Oh, I forgot to extinguish the chalice. The hurricane messed me all up. Giovanni, would you come and extinguish the chalice?
Careful with the humans.
And let us recite the words in your order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world. And now Frank can come forward.
Anybody see where that spoon went? Oh, that's my pointer. Is this on? Okay, good. Well, the work on the parking area is now complete, and we want a special thank you to John Conrad, who shepherded that project. Your board of directors has voted to review the bylaws for alignment with our organizational chart and the congregational manual. This committee will include Jack Kennedy, Ken Malkin, Sharon Gray, and Frank Geltner. Similarly, the board is working its way through the congregational manual to update all of its sections. We want to thank Becky Ross for keeping our website fresh and up to date. Don't forget to take time to read our monthly newsletter, Connections, which Regina works extremely hard to produce, but there will be no August Connections, right? Okay. Now, I'm going to quickly present an All-Faith 101. Okay. So this is the congregational organization.
Right.
Can you hold the
Mike.
Oh, the mic. Pull it out of there. Okay. So in case there is any question about whether this congregation is active, this is your congregational chart. And I would only point out that at the present time, the only one of our many committees and teams that does not have a leader is Stewardship and Legacy. So if any of you feel like this is your mission, please let one of us know, Regina, myself, or a board member, and that would be very helpful. This is on display in the back, and it gives you an idea of involvement on the part of all members of our congregation, and that's all I'll say about that, just for the sake of time. So this chart is reviewed by the Board of Directors each month as a way of acknowledging the many ways that members show their support of our congregation's activities. Check to see if your name appears there. If not, you might want to discover how you can put your name there among the stars of All Faiths Unitarian Congregation. There are always openings on committees and teams. If interested, as I said earlier, please contact our minister, our congregational administrator, or one of our board members. In any case, when you view the organizational chart, you will be surprised at the level of commitment expressed by members of this congregation. In light of our reporting on the recent UUA General Assembly, I am working with Joyce Ramey to develop a draft statement of principles, values, and sources the All Faiths holds dear. This in an attempt to retain what appears to have been lost in the recent revision of Article 2. We will be bringing this to the board for tweaking and then to the congregation in the spirit of employing the freedom of belief section of the new Article 2, which reads, quote, congregational freedom and the individual's right of conscience are central to our Unitarian Universalist heritage. Congregations may establish statements of purpose, covenants, and bonds of union so long as they do not require members to adhere to a particular creed. Lastly, thanks to the many members who bring cookies, cakes, and brownies to share on Sundays, and by all means, check out Joy Schaefer's potato chip cookies. And we want to thank our founding flame keeper, Joyce Ramey, for keeping watch over our loving congregation, always sharing how we can express care and support for our fellow congregants. And lastly, I have posted on the back wall over the coffee the evolutionary tree of religion, and I'm presenting this to the board at our next meeting for a decision as to whether we would keep one permanently displayed. That's my personal copy. That is version 2. Version 3 has just been released, and that's the one I would propose to the board that we post on a permanent basis. Thank you all. Enjoy your ice cream.